Hello, hello, guys. Okay, just making sure everything is in order. Okay, guys. Welcome back to episode 22. Yeah. So yeah, basically yesterday wasn't that good enough. I believe so. We ran into some issues, errors, and while trying to build that complete the bottom sash filter. So I'm hoping we get that done with today and move over to the next stuff on our video. So yeah, I'll be jumping in right now to kind of like continue from yesterday and do some changes. Hopefully that we get this stuff running as we want and then be done with it and move on. Okay, guys. So yeah, it's still in our home controller. Scrolling down below. Yeah. So this is where most of the stuff we did yesterday started from. Right now we have this button filter. We really explained what this does yesterday, and the next thing we could do is to finish. I want to finish this up. This get filter default function here that help us to kind of like map these when the user selects a filter, we map that particular selected filter to what should be searched on our list. So that's what we are trying to do. So let's fix that up. So right now, our dynamic get filter defaults we basically return a map instead of dynamic. We have a map of type, returns a map of type a string. The other part of it can be dynamic, maybe a boolean, int or something like that. So that's the main changes we need to make. And so over here, I think I'm going to copy stop copying the code over. Let's go over and type it out. So we got type. So you can say something like type is star. So when the filter is being added to the list, we get the default filter. We are checking if the filter that the user clicked on is equals to this test, which is basically corresponding to this highly rated. So we know that it should return a a map, which is basically a object looking like a JavaScript object, or we call it map, which has a type of star. So the type of search is a star. So the type of filter is basically star, and the value is 4.8. So we are looking for where psychologist has 4.8 and above. So basically, that what this is mapping to. And let me copy the rest of the code over. So we can just replace this. This is still the same function I'm copying over. So you can see, so if this is the filter, which is this, it should the type is high rate. So I change it from star to high rate. Return a value of 4.8. Return type. The same thing. If the filter typed in or clicked on, which is should be the second one, basically this mental bottom slash test 2. If that's the filter that the user clicked on, we should return a map of type area admit, which is earliest admission date, and then the value should be 4 points. Area admission date, right now I'm saying the value is 4.0. Basically, that shouldn't be the value, and we are going to fix this up. And yeah, that is it. So, what else do you need to do? Type highlight value is okay. So let's go ahead and start using this. Um, in our function right above here, in this filter criteria function, And we can fix this up, or we can create a dynamic a map, a map of type string, and the rest should be dynamic of type string and dynamic. We can call this okay, filter default, which is basically get filter default, passing in the criteria. So over here, this should be, instead of returning the array.length, we basically inside here return um, the index, the array at the first index, which is 0. That's button slash, right? Index 0. Okay, so the mistake here is that we are expecting an int, so it should be a string, and that's fixed. And we can pass in the criteria in here and close this off, and then switch case. So that switch case, we can say filter default of type. We get hold of the type, and we're saying if the type, and let me copy something over, and I will explain what I copied over. And replace this with so basically it's still the same. So code is filter default. So getting hold of the type, which is basically what we have here, type high rate, and if the type is matching high rate, then we can make a search on that, saying the value should be star, and instead of doing this item, and instead of just hard coding this here, since we already have this inside here, we can just make use of it by saying is greater than or equals to filter default value. So it's called a value. So the yeah, that's called value, and that's it. And the array admit should be the same. So we can say array admit where the difference. So the array admit, we have array admit type array admit value is 4.0. Basically, yeah, so the array admit basically the days. So what this is doing, I'm computing the days. So I'm going to let me explain that with what we have in our database. So here's our database. I just updated some value. And in our database we have this um, key code area admit, and that is a date. So what we are seeing, trying to check is to see which of the psychologists here has an area admit of less than 10 days. Basically, what we are doing is because if you look at this design, that's what we call admission schedule. And this psychology here starts, his admission schedule starts on 13th of March. So other days he's not accepting anybody. It starts on 13th of March and starts on 29th of March. So we can say I want to get the early admission date of this psychologist, which is basically here is 13th of March. And right now, let's say the user that is using our app right now is trying to filter based on early admission dates. And what we are doing right here is that we are saying get the psychology early admission date and check it based on the date time dot now, which is the particular dates that the user is trying to make the research, and then we can check the difference between the two data and see if it's less than or equals to 10. If it's less than or equals to 10, then return those psychologists as psychologists with the early admission dates. So that's basically what is um, this code here is doing. And yeah, so, yeah, that's what it's doing. We can say early admission date is less or equals to 10, and we can just update here since we need it to be 10. We can say that should be 10 and make use of the value for value um, function and value parameter not function, and we can change this, say filter default, which is value, and we can instead of typing this every single time, we can just copy it, so we can paste it on other places that needs it, and then again the minimum amount when the user is searching with the minimum amount, which is low price. We can see here, and the minimum amount, the value is 100, and yeah, so you search where the value is less than 500, so this should be 500, not 100. So we are searching where um, the minimum amount value is 500, and we are making our search here to see where the psychologist with the amount that is less than 500 and return them. Instead of typing this 500 fully here, I can just replace it with this. And then this one greater than 500, which is basically high amount value 500. We can replace this with the same filter the default. And then we are saying next one is experience. So basically, if the user clicked on this, that should that's equivalent to experience. So if it's experience, case experience, we should search based on the user experience, and the value of the experience we want is 4. So that's basically what this function is doing. And since we fixed that, we can save this, and then let's see what else we need to update right now. So the next one is to, yeah, yesterday, so we were having issues at this part, and so the majority of the issues we had or bugs we had was at this particular side of the code. So we are going to fix this. Instead of doing this computation here, we are going to take this computation and this computation to the home controller. Instead of doing it on the view part, which is basically this UI part, we can do it on the home controller, and we can delete this. We don't need this code. I'm going to copy a code over. Um, so I'm going to copy that and explain it. So basically, we are saying add bottom slash param. That's different. When this user clicks on this is the function that is going to they are going to call by clicking on any of these. We are going to the function is going to accept a value, a parameter, and let's remove this print statement I have here. And I'm going to see the array of the search filters, bottom search dot length is less than 1, or the bottom search at index 0 is equals to the value passed in by the user. If that is true, then we have an inner if statement that checks if the search filter we clicked on is already in this array. If it's already there, we remove it. Then if it's not there, we add it by calling bottom search to add that particular filter the user clicked on. And then that's what we are going to do. So let's see this in action by copying this over. Let's save this. And then over here in our custom models, we can go ahead and delete this part of the code for every single one of these. And we can type in controller dot this, and then we can pass in this as a value that is needs. So this is what it needs. We pass in that, and then we can save this and copy this over to other places. Replace every single one of these by that single function we are passing here. We just created, and then do same for this, and this should be 3. Do the same for this. This should basically be 4. Yeah. And lastly, we have this. Change this to this, and update the test to be 5, test number 5, and then we save this. We start our app. So right now, guys, if we click on this, And then let's go and type on any of these. You see. Then if you tap on another one, it will not tap. So if you go ahead and tap on other ones, it won't tap because this is how the search should work. So we should basically be searching based on one particular criteria. So if you clear this, then you can decide to tap another one, or you can tap again, it will remove this, then tap another one. But then if you tap this, it will not work. You have to remove this before you can add this and search with this. So basically, that's how this filter should be working. And so that's working right now. So next thing we could do is to also move this to the back end. We can move this to the back end. Let's start from the beginning. So we don't need to be passing this list here. So we just need to move it to the back end. And to do that, I think I have somewhere copy the code over. So there's a function we are going to create for that. And basically the function is going to return a Boolean variable. We call it check filter exist. So we are checking if any of these filters here has already been added or the user have already clicked any of this. And that is string value. And we can return this by checking it by saying search that contains that particular value. And if it does, return it, else leave it this way, else return false. So we are going to copy this function and then we are going to replace what we have here with that particular function we copied over right now. And this should be controller dot. So this should work. Yeah, this is it. Is this? Can copy this and replace other ones we have, and do the same for this. And next one, do the same for it. And the next one, I think this is the last one. So this is the last one. So yeah, we updated that. Save this. We can check if this is actually working. To do that, so we restarted our app. So guys, we tap on this again, double tap. So tap on this, you see it's working. It's working. So it's working. So that's basically what we're trying to implement. And the last of it, so our bottom search is actually working right now. But before we start checking it to see if it's working exactly, let's fix this two button up and then we start checking things. So this particular function right here, we are going to remove it because I don't want to be using the list directory here. I just want to be using the controller that we passed in to be changing this. So basically, I don't want this view to be accessing this list directory. It should access it from the controller. And so let me copy something over on this show function we have here. And is we're going to say list. It should be bottom search. That's the list that clear. Then we'll set the filter list. And so I'm going to use this function and in place of this stuff we have here. So we're going to say controller dot, and that's it. Play button. Search this. So let's go ahead and restart our app and start testing this out to see if this is actually working as expected. And so let's go ahead and search for us highly rated. So we're going to search for highly rated psychologists. So you tap on this, click on search, and you can see it's updated and it returned the highly rated psychologist from 5 star, 4.8 star, and all the way to down there is only so because these are the highly rated. We are saying any user that has 4.8 and above should be highly rated. We could yeah, that means highly rated. So That's what we are doing here. So we can go back to our search. Let's search for one more thing. Let's search for earliest admission. Tap on that. Apply search. And you can see it's working. So the earliest admission, this is the user with the earliest admission. Basically, that's what this is doing. Let's go back to here. If you could remember the earliest admission, we have the value is 10. And we are saying the area at the meet, and we are saying area at the meet is less than filter value dot value. And that's basically, um, yeah, that's basically this right over here. We can just have code 10 to check something out. So we um, so let's try this again. Um, yeah, areas admit and type this. Okay, yeah, it's working. So okay, I see the issue. So the issue wasn't the error wasn't for the code. I can revert back to this, and so we keep this again and try that again. So double tap on this, ls admission date, tap on it, tap on search button, and it's working. So basically, these are the users with less than admission date that's less than 10 days. That's basically what we have here. Admission days that's less than 10 days. Yeah, so that this user has been returned, and we can go back, clear our search, and it will return all our users we have before, and then we can search for more. Let's say low price. Now I want to search for user with the lowest price. So tap on this, apply. So to get us the users with the lowest price, you can see 100, 200, 350, 400, 150. So these are users with the lowest price. But if you look over, you see there's an issue. So right here, we are having 150 down below, whereby we have 100, 200, 350. So they should be 100, 150, then 200. So the reason why we are getting that this below here is because we are not sorting the array after this query. To sort the array, we can I think there's a place I did that, so we can copy this over this sort function, and then we can add that to um, that's minimum amount. We can do that for high amount and also experience. Mm, So we add that. So basically, we are sorting with the minimum amount property and not the stars. So that should be minimum amount property. Comparing that, and can save this and try that out for now. And, so let's click on this, um, and we can load price search, and let's see what's been returned. Um, okay. I see. This should be A. So that should be ascending order, not descending order. So we are doing it in a descending order. So let's do it in an ascending order. So these are basically changing this and this. We actually makes your sorting in ascending and the descending order. If B is here and A is here, that will be descending order. But if A is here and B is here, that should be ascending order. So let's check this out again. So we tap on low price again, apply, and basically, yeah, we got that. So you have 100, 150, 200, 350, and 400. So basically, this is working. That's good. So we can copy this over, and then do the same for high amount. So high amount should basically be a bit, yeah, this one. So ascending order too. And we can do that for experience. Basically, yeah, higher amount still have the same as minimum amount, and then we can then the next will be for experience, and that should be basically on experience, not minimum amount. So experience, and then experience right here. Let's see. So this is fixed. This is fixed. Or you have early admission dates, and we right here we have um, star. Okay, yeah, so that's it. So we save this, and then we can go over here and try this out again. So let's try high rates, high price. So it's returning the users with the highest price. So it's starting from 600, 700, 700. So in ascending order. So that's what we need. And then we can go back. Should this be in ascending order, the high price? So since we are returning the high price, so the highest price should be from the beginning and to the lowest price. So this should be in a descending order, not in an ascending order. And then we can go back over here, double tap this, clear this, search again, apply the search, and now we got that right. So we have 900, 700, all the way to the minimum, which should be 600. So that's working correction. You can tap this again and go with experience, great experience. Tap on this, apply. No, no, clear this first, and tap, apply. And now we have, yeah. So people with the greatest experience, so that's it. 4 years, um, 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, 8 years. So basically, this is actually doing an ascending order. So we have to turn it around to be in a descending order. So I have B and A right here. Save this. Try the search again and clear, tab, apply. And now we're having, so it's basically starting from 8 years, 8 years, 4 years. Yeah, that's working. So yeah, guys, yeah, I'm glad to announce to you guys that this is basically um the the end of the search filter we have here. So basically completed it and there's nothing else to fix here. Everything is working. If there's any bug with detecting feature in the future, we can change this later on. So that's beauty of software development. But right now, I'm basically sure that we don't have any issues here. Maybe when we start writing tests for our code or something like that, if we detect more errors or something like that, then we can still go over and fix it. So let's see. Yeah, so this is working as we expect it to work, and this is working. So we are done with this part too, and this is working. So we completed this part, and yeah, I think yeah. So we are done with the homepage, homepage for the app. So everything is working on the homepage. So right now we can go over to details page. Wherever when someone clicks on this, then we can take the person to somewhere like this. So we are going to work on this next. So this is the next one we are going to work on right now. So when the user taps on, if you tap on any user here, it should take you to the details page of that particular user. Let's go ahead and do that. Um, Let me see. Okay, okay, and I think that should be Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm trying to see if there's any topic we need to cover on this homepage before moving over, but I don't think so. So this is everything concerning the homepage, which we concluded. So we have this working, this working. We worked on this, completed that, and yeah, so this should be next one. So let's start on that. So we can go over right here. Um, this is our home. Inside our home, we have the home controller, the presentation, the widget, in here. So we can have our details page in here, and we can call main actually main home details, um, details screen dot, and let's go ahead and create a stateless I should create a stateful widget. So they you guys, you can actually use any of them, stateless or stateful widget. So the reason why I'm using stateful widget because I want to add an animation to this. That's the only reason. Yeah, so we can go ahead and call this. What did we call name this one? What was the name we added here? Because I got a main home page screen. So this should be called main home. Okay, yeah, details screen. Yeah. So that's it. In here we're going to return a scaffold for now. And let me see so I can check this. And right here we are. Okay, yeah, scaffold of background, and we can add that. So you can say background. Uh, that's it. Scaffold as a body. And remember, the body should be a self. Let's see what we need here. So over here, since um, we don't want anything actually touching here, right? And I don't want anything going above here. So basically, we could call this. So we should use safe area here. So we should use safe area. And inside the safe area, for now we can just so base so this, if you look at the structure of this page here, so let's talk about the structure of this page and how to kind of like lay that out using a Flutter widget. So if you look at the structure of the page right here, you can see on this page there's a button on top of this page right here. So for that we could use the I think the best stuff to use here is is a stack widget. So we should use a stack widget for to overlay all this like this and put these two buttons on top of this. Or we could actually use overlay states to overlay this on top of it so that whenever you are scrolling, right? So whenever you are scrolling through the page, um, yeah, whenever you're scrolling through the page, you students scroll with it. So let's get into that and start working on this. Um, so here we are. Now we can have a stack. Um, so I have a stack widget. So inside a stack widget, you have a children. So this is it. So you have a children. Inside the children, for now, we can have a container. This container we can actually um, um, so the height. So it, if you are wondering why I got this code suggested, so that's because I'm using GitHub. What's it called again? GitHub Copilot. Yeah, yeah, Copilot. So that's what is suggesting this code here. But it's what we need. So if you look at the code, that's what we need. We need the height to be full height. We need the width to be full width. Yeah, the image. Basically, we don't need an image right here. We can just leave this with the way it is for now. We go ahead and leave this and add a empty test widget here. Empty test widget. Consider hello. I'll leave it this way. And so let's go ahead and incorporate this into our routes. So go over straight down below here. So we have our routes, which is here, and we have the home charts again. So under the home, we have details page. So I have details. We click on make it details page. I think that will make sense. Yeah, we can say right here and go ahead and say details page. Okay, yeah, save this and then can go over inside our app dot pages and incorporate that in there. Since right there in our mm, home page, this is home page. Um, so it has a children property, and one of the children will be okay. Okay. Um, okay, we can go ahead and leave this suggested code and then go ahead and delete the ones we don't need. So we don't need all these ones. Remove this and there should be routes, should basically be the details page. And the page you want to use is basically this home details screen. Copy that over and replace this with it. And so import it. So that's it. So we imported it right now. And I think that should be it. So let's go over for a test ride. Okay, before we go over for a test ride, since we right over here, we are returning a list view that has a custom user card. There's a custom user card, and we could say for the custom user card we have here, we and so that whenever the user taps on it, it should take us to the um, so when the user taps on this, it should take us to the details page. So you can go over here. There's the code for our custom user card. Looking at the whole stuff, there's no place we are having on click method so that when someone taps on something, so that means we have to wrap this outer parent of our user custom user card. So we can wrap it with a gesture detector that helps us to detect that gesture detector. And then the untap part, we can pass a parameter called unpressed. Right here, we can actually add that. We can say final. That should basically be um, that should be void callback. Yeah, that should be a callback, void callback called unpressed. But we could make this optional. So we can make it optional and Yeah, so we made it optional. So we save this. And the next thing is to go to our home page, which is here, and we can add it right now. Call that on press. We can say when someone taps on this, just for testing, we can directly take them to get dot um, get dot to named, right? To named. Let's see, get dot to named. Um, it's named. Yeah, get dot named. That should be slash home, not a string. So that's going to be a string slash home slash slash. The second slash before after that we have this details page variable. Yeah, close the cap back off. So go over how restart this. So what was this feature called again? Okay, hot reload. So we did the hot reload. We can basically let's try tap on this. Okay, no, no, that's an issue. So, so to route home slash details page. Mm, let's see. Okay, let's start this. Route slash home, and then tap on this again. Okay, yeah, it's working. So yeah, I was surprised. I was like, what happened? Why wasn't it working before? So it's working now. So we have the get to name them. It took us to this details page, and which, if you look, you see that's basically our details page where we have the test hello and the test hello right here, and that's it. So let's go over and update our details page. So we could say, um, so since we have, so we added something here, and that is basically we call that, so a stack widget we added, and let's see, let's add this container a color to see what that looks like. And we can go ahead and say, okay, guys, so that should be using the colors, the filter colors property. For now, remember we have our own color, so we are just doing this for a test, and that's covering every single thing. Makes sense. Yeah, that's what we need, and yeah, yeah, and then we could actually make this for the second one. So the second one basically which will be for these buttons here, and so we could add that, but that shouldn't be full color. It shouldn't be full width. Could make the height to be um let's say 300, or we could say the width should it actually be full width. Yeah, 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 yeah. That makes sense. So we can leave the width to be full width, I guess, and the color to see that in action to see if it's working. Red, and so let's save this. And yeah, that's basically what we want. We can go ahead for some fun. Mm, so we're going to move this down a bit, this particular stuff down below here. To do that, we have to wrap both of them with position. So we're going to say position. So basically, we are using position to position stuff on our stack widget. So we wrap these two, this one, position, and we save this. Hope we don't have an issue. Okay, yeah, it's not complaining. We can say top. Remember, we have to reduce the height. It's too much. Let's say 200. Oh, okay, so we can say from the top. Let's use a media query here. Dot of context. Dot size. Dot height. Multiply that by 0.1. Okay, and that's good. But the height is still too much. Let's reduce that to 100. Yeah, yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's try 90. Yeah, so we can move things down a bit more. Um, Try more. Say 6. Let's say 7. 8. Um, does that make sense with what we have here? So there's a small space here so that the user can see they're scrolling down. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Um, and that it's so we just got our form, our basically our UI form. So that's what we did here. And so the next stuff right here, the next stuff right here would be so how the position container, and I have to make this to be transparent for now. We don't need the color. Basically, take the color of the scaffold. Yeah, should be like that. And that was it. Next thing we could do in there is to add a padding on both sides. So there's basically a padding. I could look at it as a full padding between both sides. Um, let's click on this and see the padding. Um, let's see. From the left is 8 pixels. 8. And over here from the left, um, hmm, I think that should be 3. That's the level. Yeah. So let's see if the same applies to this. So basically, it's 13 on both sides. So we have 13 on both sides. Yeah. So no, not 13, 17 on both sides, and that applies to this. Um, and now with this, so this is different. So this doesn't have 13. This has 18 from the left. So the pattern is 18 from the left. So with that being said, so let's go ahead and fix that up. So inside this, we are going to have a column. So the widget inside is going to be a column. And the column is going to have a children. And inside the children, we are going to have first, we're going to have a row. We're going to have a children. And the first item for the children is going to be an icon. And the type of icon is going to be icons of chevron. So chevron, outline, and then sharp. So chevron left. So we can add that and then comma and color. We don't have a static color, remember, no static color for it. And we are going to use the color from our team. Remember, we are doing a team here. In the context of context dot um, icon team dot color. So that's what we are going to use right here. To save this, and here we go. So we got our icon right here. Inside our icon, let's see what else we can do with it. So we can go ahead and update the size. So we can update it. So if you look, you see that this is too small. So the size is basically going to come from the design. So hover click on this. Then you can see the size they have here. So the width is 10, the height is 20. Let's say around 30. Let's try that and see what that looks like. So we have 30 here, and let's make it 32. Let's leave it at 32. Okay, that makes sense at 32. Um, but we need a space, and it's padding space from here. And so you're going to wrap this icon with a padding widget, and you're going to say padding left, not all. So padding dot only. Remember your padding dot only, and you are trying to change the left side. The left side, add a padding here. So you're going to say left is going to be 8.0. Remember 8.0, and it's always good to make your all this your age is what okay, yeah, what I'm trying to say is always good to make anything that's not going to change in your screen dynamically a constant. That we kind of like reduce the memory being used by your code on some on the user's app or their device, on the user's device or app. So on the user's mobile device. So that's why we are adding constant because this is not going to change. And that's it. So let's see if there's something else we um, so we have our icon on the row. So the next one should be, so let's be fast with this. So this should be the icon. And so right now we're having an issue. So I'm trying to know the name of this icon. Um, should it be check mark? No, not check mark. So what would it be the name of the icon? Let's try and see. Want to see something that looks like that with a name check. Okay, we don't have any. So let's try a badge. Try not a badge right here. Um, so you're going to be, yeah, actually you're going to be doing this much more of a time if the, let's say the designer didn't give you the icon name, because right here I'm trying to figure out the icon name and we don't have the icon name with us. So we have to search to see an icon of match that. Let's try. Not a design, we can say match, no. Okay, here's the icon we're looking for. So it's called bookmark. So we are looking for a bookmark icon. It's called book. Um, so we have bookmark, bookmark add, bookmark outline, bookmark rounded, bookmark add sharp. Um, I think this is the one we're looking for. We're going to go ahead and use bookmark rounded. Save that. Here's our icon, which you can verify from here. Is same icon we have here. So yeah, it's the same icon. and you can give it a, you can say it should be 15, 20, 30, 36. So let's make it a 35. Or we should actually leave it. Okay, we should leave it at this side, the size we have right here. And let's see what else we need to do. Size. Okay. That's it. So let's add a space here. Using a spacer. So yeah, that's what we want. So add a space here. At the left side of this. So we're basically going to add at the right. Remember the right padding should be 17, 17.0. Yeah, that's going to fix this together. So you have these two. And next one we are going to deal with is adding this picture and this stuff right here. And so you have a row in there. And next one is a column. And inside the column we have a children. And inside the children we have an image. So you have an image like this. And actually image.network for now. Um, okay, let's try this. So yeah, so we have a placeholder image for now. So but this is too big. Um, it should basically be the same height and width of this. So the width is 110, height 110, make that possible. So basically minimize this 110 and 110.0 or 110.0. Um, and yeah, that's it, it's working. So we have that. And let's see what else. So 110, 110. So, so should have a pattern from the top. So the space from here to there is basically 22. So, so the face from here to here should be 22. We can basically do that by saying wrapping this with a padding widget. Remember your padding widget, it does wonders. So we can just say that only. Say from the top. Um, I think it's 22. Yeah, 22.0. Yeah, 22.0. And we have that. Save this. Yeah, we have that applied. Yeah, so basically it's working. And the next we could do, so have this, we have this. So let's add this name under there. We could get that name from our card, our card user, which is this, and the name path. Okay, which is this is the name and the padding. So we go ahead and copy this over. Yeah, paste it here. For now, we're going to have the name. Um, so add the name right here. For now, leave it that way. Save this. So we have that Druze Dove Pavel, which is what we need. Let's see how that looks. So you can compare the both design side by side. So we have in so if you're looking at that, it's a they are both matching up. Um, so that's it. And the next one is this. We could get that by saying so most of this is inside our custom user card, and we could copy that. Uh, this should be this. Um, let's see. That's padding. Okay, okay. So that should be from here all the way to here. Copy that over. We go ahead and paste it down below this. Formatter code. There are some stuff that is needed. We can hard code all this for now. Let's go ahead and hard code all those stuff that's needed. Um, that's it. At that point, and experience as 4 years experience. Save this. There it is. There we go. Um, let's compare this side by side. Okay, let's see. So let's see what we did here. So we have testing the caption 400. Go ahead and say dot copy width. And in here you can just say font size, which is basically 15. I'll make it too small if my guess is right. So that will make it too small. So font size 15 and font weight is font weight property font weight dot 400 and yeah, font size is 15. Okay, let's try this out. Because there's basically going to blow it out of proportion of what we need. Um, so 3C, let's see if the color we have in here. So we have app colors. So basically, we don't have this colors somewhere in our app. Okay, that's interesting. Um, basically, we have the color. So we have 3C, 3C, 4, 3 as meant to bar unselected. Let's try using that color in here. We can tap into the color property. I can say app colors. No, no, not what we need. So that's not basically what we need. So we can just leave that back to what we have. So and we can leave it this way for now. Seeing that still matches up to the design we have here. And the next thing will be basically adding these parts up, these icons in our app. And to do that, right now we can actually make it look, for now, we can make it look as a dummy. Yeah, we can add a dummy. Add this as a dummy for now. We are not going to change much on it. I think with this, somewhere. Okay, yeah, there it is. Just copy that over. And over here. So that should be on the next line on after padding, and that should be here. So we add it here, guys. Fix this up. So let's fix what we have here. Um, so we don't need the test anymore. We remove that test. Size box. Really, um, let's see. Do we need that? Um, could go ahead and remove that. We don't need that. The stars, we need that. So that should be 4.8 for now. So we have code 4.8, 4.8, and then the Spark 10. So this is still the same. We go ahead and save this, and there we go. We have this right there. Mm, so if you look over there, you see that the stars we have is basically one, and we could have a function right here that helps us to populate the stars. We could say run down here. I could say a worksheet, but I get stars. So that should get stars. We accept an int. So we say get stars for okay, stars count. Mm, okay, we have a code suggested for that. So basically, that's what we need. So we have a list of widget stars. We're going to count. We have a for loop that loops from I starting at 0 as long as it's less than the number of stars we want. We want to add stars, which is our array of star widget, but add a stars of icon of this size and then return a row with that stars. And what we could do there is that so our stars is still the same size. So yeah, that makes sense. And then we call that widget we just created. Replace this and then go ahead and add that widget. We call it get stars. I'm passing in something like 4. We need 4 stars and a comma. Save that. And you can see we have stars of 4 stars here. One, two, three, four, and which is one, two, three, four, five. Okay, should actually be 5 stars, not 4. And then we can update this to 5. Save it. So we have one more. One, two, three, four, five. And we can update the heights. So this has with 20, 20, 40 in total. Change this. Let's say 30. Okay, that's too much. Um, 20. Yeah, I think that's better. So since we have 20 there, and again we forgot about a color. So you should have a color. Um, so the color is so this is the color we're going to use for it, and it's a full color. And what we could do is that we go to um, our color class where we are adding our colors. See if we have this color like that. So we don't have it. So we go ahead and add that. So we can say metal star color. And we replace this color we have here with what we copied over, and that's it. We copy this, save it, go back to where we're making our changes, which is this. We can add the colors using the same way, add colors, dot, metal star color, save that. And there it is, we have our stars having the color one. But if you look, you see there's a difference. The colors are not actually covering all the parts of the star, but this place we need the colors to cover all the parts of the star. And what we could do for now, so what we could do is to um, star. There's a widget called star. There's an icon called star that has the color covered, the full part covered. So that's the one we're going to use. And there it is. So all the parts are covered, which is this. So, but right now if it's 4.8, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 should be covered, not 5. So let's pass another variable say is so it's an int. Let's make it a double. Let's say it's a double, and we call that rate. Without being rate, what we could do is that since we are counting, we want 5 stars. Um, so for now, we could just add a dummy stuff right there. We could make it it's only a row. And we could add one more star right there, but it's not going to be covered. It's going to be star order. Okay, let's see. Wait, you can just say for now just testing. You can just 4.0. Not too much. It's not doing much there. Save this. Yeah, you can see we have like like one, two, three, four colored, and the fifth one is not colored because it's 4.8. But yeah, we have one, two, three, four, five colored. So we should remove one more and basically make that four. Yeah, so that's it. And last thing we need to do is to center this. Um, I think. Center this so that should cross axis. So, yeah, that's it. So right now that is centered, and let's go ahead and move this. Okay, so that is done with. The next part will be to add this divider, and we'll start working on the rest of the app. And so, guys, so basically, tomorrow we are going to continue from here. Today I'll be stopping here for now. Um, Although we didn't use up our time, we have like extra 20 minutes remaining. Yeah, something like that. But I'll be stopping here today. I'm not feeling much fine, but I decided to do this video because of you guys. So, but I still need to take care of my health. So partner with me. So looking forward to see you guys tomorrow. Um, I will continue doing more videos. Also praying that I get more better. Yeah, I'll have some. I have some. I'm kind of feeling some sickness. I say I'm sick or something like that. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day. Take care of yourselves, and we continue today. Thank you.